What's up, guys? I'm Automatic Jack. I'm here with a little more ranked Raldoron gameplay. Very quickly, a big announcement, big for me at least. I have hit the 50 subscriber mark on YouTube. That is incredible. I certainly did not think I was going to hit it within just a couple months of making content. The support is huge to me, huge to me. I'll tell you, I went through a streak of really terrible ranked games. I mean, we watched, or at least we saw the difference in rank between a couple videos ago and where we're at. Just really watching everything fall apart on a deck that I had kind of thought, I knew what I was doing with it, and that can be discouraging. But just a comment here and there, just seeing views pile up, that makes it so much more fun and so much easier to kind of get myself back into the mindset that it's all for fun, right? That's why we do this. That's why we do this. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for the likes, for the comments, for the subscribes. Gotten great comments out of you all. It's been phenomenal. Learned a lot about the game. I mean, a lot about the game. And just, I love the Legion's community. You guys have always been super positive. It's an amazing group to be a part of. All right, so no more stalling on my part. Let's leap into it. Probably a bunch of easy opponents have just gotten matched up, and now I'm going to get a whole string of Luthers and Karns. We'll see. If I get Luther, you're going to see a grown man cry. I wore my Blues jersey today. I probably should have worn a Cardinals jersey for Raldoron, but I don't really follow baseball at all, so I'm gonna go with the Blues. Is this Aemon? I'm not sure. The Custodes all look really similar to me. I'm racist against Custodes, I guess. Do we keep Drakius to go with Furvius for card draw? Okay. Yeah, we will. We'll keep Drakius to go with the Furvius for a little early punching power and card draw. We could use... Oh, he's really thinking over his mulligans. Okay, these are pretty good mulligans. I'm not upset with that.
For the Emperor of Mankind.
Usually early las rifle is pretty good. What is... Oh god, it's Nassau. Yeah, so okay, so if he kills an enemy with that 2 damage, he gets precog. Very, very rough. Hermia or Prophecy? Hermia or Prophecy? Don't have a ton of drop pod. Do have a little bit of card draw. I think I'm still going to go with the Hermia. I'm not loving it. It's not McDonald's. I'm not loving it. But it's also not Burger King, and I can't always have it my way. Let's go, buddy. Come on. You know what you're going to do. You're gonna ping me with your little... Come on. Throw out that ping. Do it. He doesn't want to do it. He is pondering. He is pondering. Best case would be a 2 health troop. No, I take that back because we do not have the energy for the las rifle combo. Best case would be a 1 health troop. That seems fairly unlikely. He's really thinking it over here. He's got a lot of options in that deck of his. 5 cards to choose from. Five tough choices apparently. Got a sweet card back though. Look at that. You always got to watch for the players. Other than me, I'm not an example of what I'm about to say, but you got to watch for the players who have the card back matched up to their faction. They're probably pretty serious about that faction. I'm a dumpster fire, but I have a fair amount of card backs, so I guess it just works out that way. He really he pondered hard until he got to the point where he was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use that ability. 3 energy turn. We are falling behind on health, but not to the point where it's a critical thing. I think we just queue up with Hermia. Yeah, and now we're at the turn where if he plays something 2 health, we can las rifle. That said, Custodes tend to drop big troops. I mean, that is kind of their faction-specific thing. They have a lot of first strike. They have the Sentinel, which stops them from drawing, and then they have big beefy boys. Does he have a troop to be? He does not. Okay. Well, here, we're not going to waste the las rifle and ping for 2 damage to the face, so I think we just queue up a Furvius. And the question is, do we make it big? Part of me says yes. You know, I'm going to. No, I'm not going to because we have no energy to do it, so disregard. My debate there is, do we end up with a 2-2 over here that he can use his power on? And my thought is probably because it gets him, even though it's slow for us, it gives him precog. It does also make him waste his Warlord action and 2 energy. Okay, he gets his Paragon Spear up. That's a little gross. Yeah, I think the Matadus is gonna be it. I think the Matadus is the correct answer here. We could Dracius and go for immediate draw. But I got 2 Angel's Tears in the hand, and I kind of want to save the Dracius. And we're gonna save the health on the Furbius command. Hello, Cat. What's up, buddy? What does the Lightning Blow give him? It gives him +1 damage and what, like first strike? He already has first strike, so I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll have to see when he plays one. I know it gives him +1 damage, but I think it also gives him first strike. Maybe even sneak attack? I don't think it's sneak attack. That seems too good. That seems too good for a 4 energy legendary. Hello, Cat. Are you here to help me out? You should warn me when my hair's looking crazy. Yeah, you don't warn me when my hair's looking crazy. No, you don't. Okay, does get his stuff, but we get another Matadus. And he leaves a 2 energy cost troop on the board, which I don't know if he's gonna end up liking that decision. We actually have a lot of ways that we can go with this. No, we have a good way to go with this. And then I think we Matadus here as well. No, we don't. See, we almost made a terrible decision there. We just ping it. And we'll get the 4/4 and the 5/4. We end up burning a little energy. We maybe... I didn't really want to hit it to face. We could have Tears and Dracius'd it, but... I don't know. I kind of like the 5/4 and the 4/4 because we still have the Tears Dracius combo. We've got removal for something big. We've got lots of removal, in fact, for big things. It gets real utility out of the las rifle when you get a 4/4 for 3. I mean, technically 4/4 for 4, but you're also getting that extra point of damage out of that 4 energy. He kind of misses on the D-sets. He does get his little combo there. The inability to hit him is definitely providing us with some struggles. That's not making life easier on us. We want to get an Angel's Tears up. We are going to want to do that. And I think maybe also a Clonidus squad, because then at the very least, if he manages to open the drop pod and power the Clonidus squad, that will trigger the Requiem. And I think it's better to have that more board threat than it is to just ping him for 1 more in the face. I mean, this is the kind of match that there's probably going to be a big burst of damage one way or the other. So we'll see. We'll see if he also has more AoE, because AoE could really hurt us here. Like a lucky DSATS could put him in like 50-50, it kills this, 50-50, it puts this within range of his power, could crack the drop pod. Then again, if he had DSATS, he likely would have played it. This guy plays fairly slowly though, so I don't know. I'm all hyper on coffee right now. I got a second big mug of coffee. Bloodthirst and +1/+1. Okay, well that's weak. He does have to use energy. And we ended up getting more damage out of that than we would have in the first place. So that's actually pretty okay. I mean, another Angel's Tears here. It's not quite enough to do what we really want to do, which would be Angel's Tears here, ping this off, get 2 Angel's Tears, and then shoot with the Angel's Tears. That's a lot of the word Angel's Tears in this one sentence. I think it's still probably good though to drop this other guy and shoot him. I think it is. Because this way, even if he goes for his power, he immediately takes 6 damage to the face. And like if he powers this guy first thing, he takes 6 damage to the face. and he has to remove a fair amount, you know, unless he can remove both of these Angel's Tears without removing this, there's going to be some Requiem damage coming in on him. And Requiem damage is going to be one of the main ways that we can hurt him right now. I mean, until we're at troops that he can't just remove with his power and become invincible. I don't know, it's been kind of a weird deck because he's... yeah, like he's doing a lot of this like precog stuff. Okay. I mean, he just takes 10 to the face immediately for that. Yeah, like we can get another Matadus down here for 3, and then 3 and 3. Alternatively, I wish I had a 2, because... yeah, I wish I had a 2. I mean, we definitely want to do that. Now we can really either take this off, which will do another 6. Yeah. That's reasonably brutal. That is reasonably brutal. All right, and do we flop this out on the table? I don't think we do. I think next turn we just Spectre and ping him if he can't heal, and then that's the game. Yeah, this is the first game that I've seen 2 Angel's Tears just go to absolute town on somebody like that. Oh, he may lose right here. Yeah, he just loses. Okay. Yeah, look at the amount of damage we got out of these guys. 15 damage on their abilities, and plus all of the passive damage. And then we just Spectre. Wow, Angel's Tears MVP. Angel's Tears MVP. Outstanding. Outstanding. All right. So I realized on my last video I actually put 6 games up there. I did not realize that first game was a loss. Went on a little win streak after that, so you guys got a bonus game. Yeah, Nassau can be a real problem because of that precog. Lucius can also be a real problem, but Nassau can be a huge problem for you if you do not have a way to get around that precog. And we just got, I mean, in a large part lucky that he didn't really have an effective way to deal with those Angel's Tears. Or if he did, he missed it. We'll drop... do we drop Judgment? I think we drop Judgment.
It is by our sacrifice that humanity is strengthened.
Today, I'm your
Host may be
nemesis.
too slow against Lucius. Lucius is so fast. So fast. We really, we could use a las rifle section coming in. Dracula Squad is also quite good, though. Yeah, I think instead of our usual Archean play first, we're going to do the Dracius and ping. That gives us a better starting board. He has, I think, Battle Honor can act again, yeah, so he can act again and kill these guys, but I mean he has to take a reasonable amount of the face to do that. Yeah, so we get 4 extra damage to his face out of that. That's not bad. I don't hate that at all. I do not hate that at all. Want to get this off the board for the energy burn. I think that's important. Or should we just go Matadus? I mean, maybe we just go Matadus. Card advantage is important. I don't think he's likely to run much stealth, if any. And yeah, card advantage is really a pretty key factor in this game. Right now we're up a solid 2 given Arcane of Wisdom. Okay, so here's a decent wisdom turn, or alternately just a decent Matadus turn. I think we'll get the wisdom. We'll get the wisdom a little bit later in the game when we can kind of tell what we need from it more. It's almost always a first turn play, but I don't know if that's correct. I really don't. Okay, so he does have his big draw. That's unfortunate, because that was kind of what we were counting on, was to keep his card numbers low. But he had a very good means of drawing. That's an excellent card. I mean, insanely good. Just a free draw 3 essentially if you play it at 5 energy. That's brutal. All right, so where are we at here? Where are we at? Probably Furvius, unless he puts something that is eminently pingable by one of these two. We have 3 damage with pings out of Heirloom and our Raldoron ping, or we could do 2 damage with pings. Or we could just do 1 damage and buff everything, which is also acceptable. Yeah, I think we just take the one damage here and buff everything. I am going to put it over here, even though it's not going to get the Requiem. Is that good? I don't know if that's good. Maybe it's better over here to potentially get the Requiem. Yeah, because card draw is going to be fairly important to us. We do want the card draw. And a 4/3 is a heck of a lot easier to kill. Okay, so he again, we've seen actually more Emperor's Children do this. He burns a Perfection's Flight, one of his hard removals, on a what is originally a 4-cost 3/5 or something, which is not all that good. Don't have quite enough for the command bridge and the tiers, but we do have enough for this. We're keeping him pretty locked down. We do have to worry. I mean, Emperor's Children are a dangerous faction. They have some really big plays. That tank Erewhon that can do 3 damage with Perfection, and then it's a 7/5 on the board, and you can get it out for like a 5 cost. I mean, that's a scary beast. That's a scary beast. Don't have to contend with Hall of Rights. He does have his. Does unfortunately have that back. Okay, I mean, he can hit both of these, but then, yeah, I was gonna say, but then he goes for potentially 8. Okay. I think it's just we go to the face. What does this do? Deal 2 damage. Ooh, we're 1 energy short. One energy short. But we have a spear here. We can go to the face here. And then we can Heirloom Veterans him. Leave ourselves a board. And he has to make up 14 hit points, or heal himself, or else we win. Both of those not easy on, yeah, and that doesn't do anything for him. Yeah. Okay, good deal. So pretty convincing victory against Lucius there. And back to the sacred, albeit kind of messed up, lands of Holy Terra. Don't let the Emperor hear you saying that. He doesn't take it well. What do we got in here? Mechanicum troops, fantastic. A faction I really do not play. Looks like I will use my 1 Mechanicum deck with my 1 Mechanicum Warlord, who is Caleb Decima, to spam out as many Mechanicum troops as I possibly can. Alpha Legion. What do we have here? We never know. We'll probably keep Spear because we'll want it to get cheap, you know, when he plays the Eidolon score eventually. Matadus is very good. Dracius we're going to drop because it's better. It's actually, even though it's a 1 cost, it's a much better late game card for triggering Requiem. Judgment's okay. That's okay. That works for us.
Legion.
Take the Archean. Definitely take Definitely take prophecy revealed. He has a tendency to play stealth troops. And now the trick is we're going to have to get a board. Gonna have to get a board together because we need to make him choose between using his warlord ability or cracking drop pods and things. I've noticed this more and more with Alpha Legion, especially on the ladder. I think it's definitely the right play, like that you just reveal very early and go from there. Because if you're like messing around with traps are just too inconsistent. They're just wildly inconsistent. Traps are gonna, some of the time, you know, you put a trap in the deck and then it gets drawn immediately. And then what does that do? That does nothing. Especially if it's like the draw 3 one. I mean, like if he had one trap in our deck, it was the draw 3 and we drew it next turn, that would be amazing. Like that would be huge for us. Okay, well, we have an excellent answer for his board. We have an excellent answer. Put this here, kill Kaizulan. Flank his troop off. And then pound him right in the kisser. Yeah, you heard me. You heard me, I said it. Alright, what will Alfarius come out with next? That's a chunky beast, look at this thing. Relentless, both players draw. I mean, I've heard of worse things, I suppose. I don't absolutely hate that. I don't think that's a requirement to get rid of immediately. We can always spear it. If he wants to trade that, then he can probably trade it. Yeah, it just gives us a bonus card. I don't think that's going to work out too badly for him. Huh. We are short. We could really use Janus. Janus would be amazing here. Okay, so we unfortunately don't hit Janus. That is an unfortunate occurrence, but you know, what are you gonna do? You can't win them all. We would like to get this off the board. That would be nice. I don't really want to sacrifice the Lord or Squad to do it though. It's kind of one of those things. Maybe Lorder comes out. We do kind of need to get rid of it. I think maybe we spear it. Yeah, and then we can always Lorder the next time. Excuse me. Can always Lorder the next time. And we got 8 in hand. He could overdraw us potentially. And we don't really need another tactic right now. We can worry about that later. Malkiel's out. Woof. Okay, so he does overdraw us by 1. Let's hope it's not anything critical. Ah, Janus would have been great. Janus would have been really nice. But what can you do? We got the Tiberel flank to destroy both of those. Tiberel flank's actually better than the Sanguinaries because it can destroy both of these in a very cheap way, and it uses up well, no, it doesn't actually use up an extra card. I forgot because Judgment draws. He's got a Harrowing. He might be able to get some work out of it, but I mean, it'll do a lot of damage to us. But it's just a question of when he decides to go for that sort of thing. Secret Order, that is pretty annoying. Don't really want to risk putting out Guard or Furvius or something, because that may well be the Secret Order that... Nope, it is not. That causes damage. Okay. Alright. I don't know if that's the strongest of the secret orders. It might synergize well in very heavy stun decks. We have not gotten a good sense of what he's playing now. Well, now he's playing very heavy stun, certainly. Let's do just 3 damage to the enemy warlord. That's weird. Okay, well, Spear is an automatic. Spear is automatic here. There's no question. That has to come off the board. Kai'Zalane. Yeah, we'll get a Kai'Zalane out, and then I mean I think we have to dump one of our prophecies, even though it sounds silly. We need to dump a prophecy out of hand, just to make space for extra draw, because he has such an ability to make us draw more. Does he have big board stuns or a harrowing? He needs a harrowing. Okay, that's okay. It's much better that it hits that than it hits Sanguinary Guard or something. This guy comes over here. Part of the question is, do we sack Kai? What we would love here is Angel's Tears. Angel's Tears would be really outstanding, but unfortunately, that is not to be. I don't think we sack Kai. I think we'll double Prophecy for draw and a little damage. Get some extra troops to work with. We'll take a Kai tactic. We will play the orbital combat, make his tactics expensive. Get another Clonidus up on the board. And go from there. Yeah, I don't hate that. That shuts down a lot of his... Like, he can't play the instrument at all now. It's too expensive. He literally cannot afford it. If he plays a DSATS or something, that wipes out 8 of his energy. And might not even kill our entire board. We still have Command Bridge to draw up hosts. We've already got Spectre if he goes wide. We've got Sangos if he goes big. We've got choices. Is that Ghost Legionary?
For the Emperor.
Yeah, the other thing to keep in mind is these guys have the most health of any faction. I mean, the most health of any faction. Like, it is incredible how much health the Alpha Legion can get going. We only have 9 cards in the deck left, which is not phenomenal. Don't have a means of flanking, unfortunately. We're gonna have to start going for face here, even though we don't love doing it. I think we'll use these two to get rid of this thing, because that's got to come off before it gets crazy. Get another Matadus squad up on the board. And do we draw up our other hosts, or do we just choose a tactic? I think we just choose a tactic. I'll take the Forge Breaker, because that could be useful. Now we might have a Harrowing. He's drawn through most of his deck. It seems like he's got a lot of legendaries, so I think usually okay, so he's just trying to damage us down to 1. Yep. Okay, so Tears comes out. This comes off. Kai eats it for the greater good. Drachia squad eats it again for the greater good. And instead of hosting that way, we're gonna host this way. We're gonna wait for host because we have 5 cards. I mean, one of them is a host of angels. Our chances of draw are, I mean, even Jack can do that math. But we have to put out damage, and if we don't, bad problems. What the hell does his ability do? Create a copy in hand of an enemy troop. Ye gods. Well, that's just abhorrent. That is just abhorrent. So we'll Janus Judgment. But card draw is a real problem here. Gotta start doing something about the amount of gotta start doing something about the amount of HP he has left, because we have 3 turns till we start taking damage, and we do not have a lot of health. Oh, and there's a harrowing at the worst possible moment. Oh no. Yeah, this is serious trouble. This is serious trouble. We have no more tactics in our deck. So that is now just a dead card. And our options are getting a little limited. He's got to deal with a big board. Does he have another harrowing? It's really what it comes down to. Is one of these 8 cards in his deck a harrowing? Because if it is, we still have a decent chance. If he has one in hand, then we're in bad trouble. Although he can open only one of the drop pods with his face before throwing it, still pretty bad trouble. Still pretty bad trouble. We've got 4 here, 2 on our face, and then whatever survives on the board. So we have 9 hit points. We need 9 hit points of damage on the board, provided he has no frontline, stealth, heal, anything else. And he may well have heal. I mean, it's entirely possible he has heal. Doesn't really change anything. Doesn't really change anything. Doesn't really change anything. Yeah, doesn't do much. We'll let the civilians have the kill. And we managed to take him out. Very close game. Very close game. Very well played by Slake. I think part of it was very likely that he either did not have or did not draw his second harrowing. Because if he had another harrowing earlier, it would have been game over. I mean, I don't think there would have been any coming back there. Modrim. How do we start? Well, we start pretty well. We're really actually we're pretty happy with that. I've been just keeping spear every time because the number of games where
broken bones, bloody limbs, burnt metal.
Yes, I know. Okay, the number of games where not having a spear has cost me the game have massively outweighed the number of games where having a spear and not having something else has stopped me from using it early. I mean, you can use a spear on turn 5, even if you lose no Astartes whatsoever. And that's rarely the case. I mean, this is a faction that does tend to burn a lot of Astartes. So having those spears, having them get down to 5 cost when this dies, 4 cost when Janus goes, 3 cost with Angel's Tears. So I must feel bad for these dudes to be like, hey, you're gonna die. This is what's happening now. This is your lot in life. Can he do direct damage with his power? Yes. Yes, he can. So he can kill Kaiser Lane. Maybe better to take the Janus. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest with you. He's going to flank something in. Because he's got his Recon Claw. He's probably preparing to flank. I think Janus is still the better play. And we will just put the damage in his face because he's almost certain to flank a terror troop in. I mean, he's got a lot of these, like, you know, there are like 2s and 3s and stuff that have terror. Okay, so he plays the big legendary. That was only likely to hit him once to begin with, so I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It's not the end of the world. Maybe just mad at us and the face ping. We're kind of waiting on the prophecy. Prophecy would be big. Prophecy against Night Lords is a very useful card, especially for Recon Claw. Again, Recon Claw may well be the single best card in the entire game. I mean, it is up there. Angel's Tears is very, very good, but man, like for how much benefit and synergy it provides a faction, Recon Claw is crazy. If you can get that off the board, you stand a pretty decent chance. But if you cannot, it's real hard. It's real hard. I think we'll Angel's Tears, and we'll actually, as crazy as it sounds, we'll ping off the Madness and we'll get the damage. So let's see if we can kill. Oh, look at that! See if we can kill the Recon Claw. Just get it right out of the game. Cheapen the spears up because we're gonna have a lot more Astartes soon. Like we're gonna get Astartes up. Now he's got Angel's Tears to worry about. We can blast this guy with Angel's Tears pretty effectively. We can fire Angel's Tears, fire Kaiser Land, and ping. Check is an issue. Check is definitely an issue. We would like our prophecy revealed pretty desperately at this point. If oh my god, the luck. The absolute staggering luck. Staggering luck. And that comes right on off. No question. And do we ping him in the face or do we Kaiser Land? I mean, I think we probably Kai, because even though he can... Oh, I forgot about that, dang. Okay, so he also relentlessly does 1 damage to damaged enemies. So it was good that we killed our Matador squad earlier. Some of you were good Night Lords players were probably looking at that and you were probably like, oh yeah, Jack, that was a good play. You didn't just let him die. Nah, I just let him die. I just let him die. Wasn't smart. Straight Spectre on 2. Nah, don't really love it. I think Post is better with Dracius for the Malkil. Gotta get that Malkil out. They really enhanced Copper mode. It is. I think it's a pretty good card now. I really do. I mean, the Resolution 2 is strong, and it's a 4/4 body for 4. Like, yeah, it can't attack, but it's 4/4 body for 4 is okay. Nobody hates that. Okay, now here is probably where Spectre comes out. Oh, what a shot! What a shot! Look at that luck, pure beautiful luck. We have gotten lucky in this game. I'm not too proud to admit it. Yeah, so we'll use the Spectre there. We'll get some heals. He's already used his Nostromo. We still have a board. Nobody's damaged, so nobody's taking Relentless. And if he drops something big, you know, he drops his whatever it is, 6/9 frontline dread. Spear. Easy spear. We just need draw. Like, draw is... We have not had many of our draw cards. We had to use the Prophecy where we used it. Got one of our Furvious commands wiped out super early, so just kind of is what it is. He's pondering. He's pondering. So we got our command bridge. That's... Ooh, okay. Well, I mean, better that. Like, better that at that point than where it could have been. I have learned my lesson. We can take those off now. Best case for us is he drops that Ophion Dread. Whatever it is. Ooh, lucky, lucky, lucky. That wasn't reversed. Wow, that could have been a lot worse. Yeah, Mercy and Forgiveness on Modrim is actually... I'm starting to think that's pretty good. Oh, well, okay. Goodbye. That is a serious issue. I guess I didn't notice when he played Remembrancer, but is what it is. Certainly not great for us. I mean, he just kills the... I think it's better to let him use these on her face. Like, I really do, as crazy as it sounds. Like, better to soak the damage than to just put the Sangos out, have him get killed immediately, and then have nothing happen, and that could be enough. Yeah, I think that might just be... Is that game? That's not quite game. Very close to game. Very, very close. Not looking phenomenal. Certainly have seen better situations. Our lack of draw really shot us in the foot here. We were not able to get any kind of draw going throughout the course of the game. Partially just with draw cards coming out late, partially with some decent draw cards having to be used early. There it is. All right, good game to Flaymaster Modrim. And we'll take a look at our fifth and final game of the evening. Alternate Constantine, he says, questioningly. I think that's alternate art Constantine. Custodes definitely got a buff, because you see a heck of a lot of more people playing him now. Gonna keep the Tiberel, because if we get our flanking stuff for Tiberel, he can be brutal removal.
Whatever comes, we must not falter.
Custodes usually play pretty slow to begin with, but then again, so do we. So do we. Let's take the host. Well, we definitely do not want that to gain frontline and plus something. That would be terrible. Unfortunately, I don't think there's an easy way around it. Yeah, I don't see an easy road removal. We can do 4 damage to it. But 4 is not 5, or at least so I've heard. Maybe the 4 damage to it is actually okay, because that bait's a pretty decent option for us, I think. Yeah, I have a sneaky plan. Let's see if it works out. My guess is that he makes this a 3-3 frontline. He does. And then next turn, we can get rid of it. With Heirloom and Kai going in. Does that seem okay? It's not great to lose Kai, but...
I have not finished.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I think that's the answer. Gives us back tempo. We're holding steady, cards wise. Do we queue up a Hermia? Or do we go for a Matidus? I don't think we go for a Matidus or a Janus or even a Tiberel because his first strike renders him pretty scary with that kind of thing. So I think we set up the Hermia while we can. There's no point in buffing this because he's going to first strike it regardless, so we'll save our sacrificial Unsettled Populace. It just, it tempts him into revealing to get rid of this 3/3, which he may well do, and if he does, then we're going to have at least, hopefully, a means of dealing with it. Oh, and he has another one, good god. Frightening. Yeah, well, that first strike is, it's dangerous. That is dangerous. We give him too many targets. I give him las rifle and some other stuff. This is really hard. I'm not sure. I think maybe, yeah, just getting these guys in while we can. We'll go ahead and put that in because it's gonna get first struck. Probably should have done that last turn anyway. When you think it's likely something is gonna die, you might as well use the attack, but did not occur. However, we're getting towards, I mean, the obvious answer to these guys is Crimson Spectre, but we're 2 turns out. So that is a no-go for right now. It was a go preceded by a no, making it a no-go. Love the card art here. These filthy demons being banished by Sanguinius and his spear. No offense to Quebec Soderblade, who may be a filthy demon, but, you know, still a bro. So he has, I mean, he has a lot of stuff he needs to take off the board here. Interesting. Interesting. Man, we need flank like nobody's business. We need flank so badly. Hello, kitty cat. We'll just dump on his face a bit. We have removal, but we're kind of biding our time. If a Spectre comes out, that would be just the greatest thing ever to happen to us. I mean, that would be a banner moment, but it's also only about 5% that Spectre is going to come. So, not super great odds. Hello, kitty cat. Hello, sir. Hi. Are you back to help? I know, you're happy I've got my nice lounge pants on, huh? So he does decide to reveal. Now again, we're praying and hoping for Spectre. Let's see what he drops for his 8 energy turn. Spectre, or alternatively, the flank, Judgment. Judgment would do a ton for us. Judgment and Tiberel would eliminate 2 of these guys. Ooh, that's really rough. Okay, that was a great answer. That was a great answer.
Swiftly. There is more to come.
Ah, we do not get it. Okay. Well, can't have it all, right? Can't always draw it. Let's see, we'll rehost up.
I hope you are pleased with the outcome.
And we'll go ahead and spear one of these.
Your deeds demand retribution.
Yeah, are we going to retribute on him? Retribute? Are we going to retribute on him, kitty cat? We'll find out. We'll find out. How's he doing? He's right about at the Mars-Terra border, like we are. Thinking about next season making another run with Korvax. I have found Korvax to be a pretty dependable warlord in Loterra. He has his troubles, but in this very heavy stealth meta, Korvax shines. I mean, his ability to poison these things, like against Korvax, these guys would not have the same kind of ability to do damage that. And so he just got us here. Very close. We need Crimson Spectre or we lose. It's Spectre or death. Yep, it's Spectre or death. We get a Spectre, we might win. We don't. We do not, so we do not win. Oh, of all the targets, Angel's Tears, my god.